Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Riley, and in this video I'm going to be talking about kind of a question that I've been getting asked a lot recently, and it's kind of a hard question to answer. In fact, I know it's a hard question to answer because there might not really be a true answer for the question. But a lot of people have been asking me, what is the best concealed carry pistol, and what is the best concealed carry caliber? So the other day I was at the range with someone I met recently, and he is really good at shooting, especially pistols, particularly pistols. And we were at the range shooting, and he used to compete in the open pistol competition in the Olympics, and he is super good at shooting. And he basically was giving me some tips and pointers how I can improve my groupings and my accuracy while shooting a pistol. Anyways, we got talking, we went to dinner, we got talking about, concealed carry. I'm not going to mention his name because I forgot to ask him if he minds me talking about him in this video, so I'm just going to leave his name out of the video. He's a really cool guy. So we got talking, and I was like, so what do you conceal carry? And what he told me was not what I expected. I told him I conceal carry a 9mm Shield, and he's like, oh, that's a great pistol, but he carries it's a Smith & Wesson 8-shot revolver chambered in .22 Magnum. So at first I was like, what in the world? That's kind of strange, like, that he would be carrying a 8-round revolver, very slim, very compact, chambered in .22 mag. So, and basically he told me the reason why he carries that revolver is because it's 100% reliable in his book. He's never had a malfunction. And revolvers are notorious for being reliable. Like, they often don't jam when you compare them to semi-automatics. So he said that he wanted a gun that's very accurate, or not accurate, very reliable. And he's like, you know what, he chose .22 mag because he's like, that's enough power to put someone down. And, he's like, 8 shots of it is just enough. And I agree with him. A .22 Magnum has a decent amount of power behind it. So, that's not like any... .22 Magnum isn't any joke. So, basically, the reason he said that is because he wants a gun that's reliable, powerful, and works every time you pull the trigger. And he said he's had too many experiences with semi-automatics to use them as a concealed carry. Too many bad experiences. And, I agree with him. There's a lot of semi-automatic handguns tend to have a lot of problems with jamming and malfunctions. So, basically, long story short, the best concealed carry handgun is the one that works every time you pull the trigger. I know you don't like that answer, but that's the truth. A lot of people are like, but what make, what model, what caliber? I can't give you an exact answer. But the answer that I came up with is, you want a concealed carry gun that works every time you pull the trigger. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter how expensive it is. All that matters is that it works, because, your life could depend on it. You could pay a lot of money and buy like a SIG P365, which are great handguns, and it could malfunction because SIGs aren't perfect. Or you could get a High Point, which is extremely cheap, and it could work flawlessly. So what I'm trying to say is, you have to try out all these different handguns to see what works for you and what's reliable for you every single time. Because I used to only go do the 200 round test. I would only carry a handgun if it only jammed. If it didn't jam in 200 rounds, I would carry it. I upped that to 400 rounds. So what that means is I'll shoot a concealed carry handgun 400 times, and if it jams once, I will either retest it or I won't carry that handgun as my concealed carry. So that's good enough for me. Some people might want to do more, but I found 400 rounds is, pretty, that's a pretty good test. Obviously I'm using the Smith & Wesson Shield 9mm. I've done the test, 400 rounds, no jams, no malfunctions, so that's why I carry it. But the point of this video is, just because you buy a SIG P365, just because you buy a Glock 43, a Glock 26, or any of those other very popular handguns for carry, doesn't mean it's going to be 100% reliable. So you need to take that gun out and do a test, shoot a bunch of rounds, and figure out if that's actually going to be the gun to save your life one day. If it is, then carry it. If it's not, then move on to a different gun or carry something else. That's basically my spiel, my rant for today. I think it is extremely important that you have a gun that works every time, especially if it's the gun you're going to use to defend your life with. And like I said, more money doesn't mean a better gun. Like I said, you can buy a SIG P365 and it could malfunction, or you could buy a Hi-Point and it could work perfectly. All that matters is you research, find a good gun, and, do a test, stress test, whatever. Put 500 rounds through it, 400, whatever you want to do. And if it functions flawlessly, then carry it. Like my friend said that, it was in the Olympics. He carries a revolver because that takes out a lot of possibility for error. So that's why he carries the revolver. Because let's be honest, mag-fed semi-automatic handguns are more likely to jam than revolvers. So, you could always go the route of carrying a revolver. But this is all up to you. And, in the long run, it's your life you're trying to protect. So make the best decision. Just going to review one more time what I'm saying. Find a gun you like, number one. Research it. Watch all the YouTube reviews. Hey, maybe I reviewed it. Watch all the reviews. Read all the reports. Research it. Number 3, go to the gun range and test it out if you like it. You might not even like how it feels in your hand. Number 4, if you decide to buy it, go to the range and shoot the crap out of it. And number 5 is just start carry the pistol once you feel confident with it. So I want you to, after you find that perfect gun, go to the range, fire 400 to 500 rounds through it, and let's see how many malfunctions you have had during that amount. If you had malfunctions and you still want to carry it, shoot another 400 rounds and see what happens. Because usually 400 or 500 rounds is when most guns break in, but lots of guns out of the box are completely malfunction free. So just go ahead and try those tips, and that's about it. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next video.